Hi, I'm Angella Sharp, and welcome to the Daily Mix. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I got to celebrate my niece's birthday, so that was a lot of fun. But you guys, I've got some great news for you. Okay, so are you from the Lou and you're proud? Well, there is an Anheuser-Busch can that you're gonna want to get your hands on. Nelly, that's right, Nelly is gonna have a can coming out later this week, a Budweiser can. It's got his face on it. It says Nelly, and on one side of his face it says, I'm from the Lou, and then the other side it says, and I'm proud. Come on, we all know that all of us from St. Louis, especially when you're in a different city, like when I lived in Florida, every time that song would come on the club, I sang that line super loud, right? So I'm really excited about that. I'm a huge Nelly fan. I've interviewed him a couple times and he's always been so nice. And I know a lot of people are huge Nelly fans, especially with him being on Dancing with the Stars now. So later this week, we're gonna have to go run out and get a can of Nelly Anheuser-Busch. Do you drink it though? Or do you just sit it on your shelf? I don't drink, so it would be weird to pop it and just like dump it. Oh well. Also last week, guess what else I got to do? So much fun. I went to Union Station's Halloween Fun. Now this is so much fun. It's the Union Station Halloween experience. I of course took my niece and my nephew because you have to take small children to these things, otherwise you look crazy. So luckily my brother let me borrow them, but it was a ton of fun. It was not that scary. So they both said it was scary but fun, and I think that's exactly the age range that they're going for. My niece just turned 4, my nephew is 7, and so they said it was both scary and fun, so that's kind of the age range you want to be. They had different things and skeletons walking around, and plus the kids got pumpkins afterwards, and you know, it's right there at Union Station, so you can continue on your day if you want and, you know, check out the wheel or go to the aquarium. It's just a lot of fun, and I love Halloween. You guys know I love Halloween. Halloween is my favorite thing ever, so I'm pretty excited about that. And sad news for us, St. Louis has lost another legend. St. Louis blues and soul singer Kim Massie passed away last week. For decades, she was a fixture in St. Louis, moving audiences with her soulful voice. Some of her mainstays include former Beale on Broadway, BB's Jazz, Blues, and Soups, and the Broadway Oyster Bar. Kim Massie was an icon and will definitely be missed. Later on in the show, I'm very excited about this. Harper Nelson will be joining me. She is a 2-time Olympic medalist going for a 3rd Olympic medal in the what is now going to be 2021 Olympics. And plus, you guys, she's so wonderfully nice. She's got a lot of really cool information about how she's training with a daughter and being the oldest to compete in her sport, right? So let's get started on today's Daily Mix. Offsite absentee voting is now available in the city of St. Louis. The election board has teamed up with St. Louis Public Library to offer 4 satellite locations to those who wish to vote in person absentee. Qualified voters can visit Booter, Central, Julie Davis, or Shafley Library to cast their votes on touchscreen machines Monday through Saturday through November 2nd. You can learn more about all the voting resources and services the St. Louis Public Library has to offer at slpl.org. In Ameren, Missouri, and Emerson are giving away 7,000 free Emerson Sensi Smart Thermostats to help the community save on energy use and costs. The smart thermostats can help save up to $180 a year. The free thermostats are available through instant rebates combined with enrollment in Peak Time Savings Program. To learn more about this opportunity, visit AmerenMissouriSavings.com. Mental health is just as important as physical health. I say that all the time, and I want to say it again, and especially in times like these. Yet it often gets overlooked. But Furry Friends Recovery is on a mission to make a difference. The local nonprofit is using pet therapy to offer comfort, healing, and support to those facing developmental, emotional, and traumatic challenges. And this Saturday, you can help them continue their mission and have some fun at the same time. You can compete in their online trivia challenge. You'll have all day to compete, 100 questions from 10 different categories, and the top 3 winners will win an Amazon gift card. They also have an online raffle going on right now with all kinds of cool stuff up for grabs. You can learn more and register for both at furryfriendsrecovery.org. And the 42nd annual St. Louis Jewish Book Festival is just weeks away. This year's festival will all be online and will feature more than 15 authors, including New York Times best-selling authors. Festival goers can take advantage of the fall virtual pass and get access to all of the virtual events happening. That's including opening night, special guest interviews, Q&A discussions, the whole works. The pass also includes the pre-festival event featuring Joan London taking place on Sunday, October 25th. The festival will run from November 1st through the 8th. You can find the fall lineup and purchase tickets at stljewishbookfestival.org. 6 local students got quite the surprise last week when Wahl Clipper Corporation's professional division and Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis awarded them with full scholarships to attend barber school at Antonio's Barber College and St. Charles Barber College. The students will be the first St. Louis class of the Wahl Professional Fade It Forward program, which provides mentorships and supports at-risk youth while helping them achieve their dreams of becoming professional barbers and entrepreneurs. You can learn more about Fade It Forward program at wahlpro.com. Okay, you guys, I know I've been talking a lot about Halloween, especially the last couple weeks. I even mentioned it earlier today on the show. Halloween is tied for my first favorite holiday. I think my first favorite holiday is really Thanksgiving because you get to eat a lot of food and it's near my birthday, so I get presents. But Halloween, right up there. I love dressing up, I love costumes, and I love seeing little kids get all excited. So next week, we're gonna have a Halloween Spooktacular. We're gonna give you all sorts of information about what to do in this, the last week leading up to Halloween, either with your kids or with your significant other, or if you're like me, all by yourself. And so we're gonna tell you all about all the fun things you can do. I'm probably gonna wear a costume because, like I said, I love dressing up. But I have to show you and remind you of something that I did last year on Angella's Adventures. I went to Scarefest and they made me into a monster and I loved it. Check it out. All right, so this is Bryce, one of the makeup artists here at Creepy World. Bryce, what are you going to make me into today?
We're going to make you one of our nurses for the new asylum here at Creepy World this year.
A creepy, scary nurse. So first of all, Bryce, I have to ask you, when did you decide that makeup artist was the thing you wanted to be?
It just kind of fell into my hands. I started at Six Flags Fright Fest and was painting masks with what was not recommended to paint masks with at the time, and then introduced into what was appropriate. Latex face paints, and then from masks to walls to faces.
Oh, wow.
So it just kind of fell into my hands, and that's kind of half and half. Paint the sets and do makeup, just kind of what I focus on nowadays. That, and you rolled up all of your teeth, just like mouthwash.
All right, so I got the first part done. I look pretty creepy. What did you guys make me into?
So you are actually made into a nurse today. It fits well inside of our hospital section here at Creepy World, so you can show everyone the ugly side of some old experimentation.
Oh, now that sounds awesome. Now, we've been kind of talking about the process. There is something called, what are we doing, like where you go through the practice of being a scary person?
So that is called our Ghoul School. It is basically a one-on-one acting training class that gets everyone prepared to interact with their first customers. It makes everyone feel comfortable inside their character.
So is that for somebody who already knows they're going to be working here, or is that for somebody who might just want to work here?
So it is for people who have already auditioned with us, people that are already well aware that they're joining our team. However, we do have people show up and use it as an audition, which we always accept that as well.
I look so cool, don't I? All right, this has been a ton of fun out here at Creepy World. I had no idea how much went in to being a monster at a haunted house, but it's been so much fun. I had so much fun at the Halloween haunted house and being all dressed up. If anybody ever wants me to dress up in costume, I'm totally down to do that. And don't forget, next week, it's going to be a Halloween themed show. So it's going to be a ton of fun, but we're not done. We're not done yet. No, I'm really excited about this interview. I've got Dawn Harper Nelson with me, 2-time Olympic medalist, which is so exciting. And I guess now you'll be participating in what will be known as the 2021 Olympic Games.
2020 still blows my mind to even say, yes, I'm training for it now, and we qualify for Tokyo in June, July of next year.
I mean, this is huge.
It's huge.
Has it been super weird with the COVID-19 and trying to figure out how you're supposed to train without being with other humans and all that?
Exactly, without being with other humans. The biggest part was in the earlier stages, they were saying they were just going to postpone it, but it was still going to be this year, or they were trying to decide. And so you're training as if it's going to happen in 2020. And so you're kind of like in the air. And then they finally made the announcement. And then you were able to properly make the adjustments of backing off your training or shutting your season down early, which a lot of athletes did. And so, yeah, it was really hard. Luckily, the biggest thing is now, it's been a change already. I kind of trained by myself a little bit anyway. So being not around other humans wasn't that big of an adjustment for me, but not going to competitions was huge this year. Since the beginning of my career, I've been a professional for 12, 13 years. I've always gone to competitions, and tonight I was at home like just training. It was just weird.
Well, yeah, I would assume that going to competitions is kind of what, I mean, I feel like you're probably a competitive person, and you kind of like that competitive spirit.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's actually, as you don't want to say it, like it also motivates you. You're like, oh, I have a race in a month, I have a race in a week, and you're literally like, no, I'm doing all this for next year, all this for 12 months from now. At one point it was like for 14 months from now. It was just the weirdest thing. But also my husband used to be an athlete, and he's coaching me now. And so he lined up with me to give me that competitive edge. So I was racing him, and I would tell him, because I can't race other people, I am about to bust you up. Like, you're the only person I can take this out on. And so we would race at practice. It was fun.
Oh, I love that you have this fun little spirit. Now, you kind of you had a child recently, right?
Yes, I had my daughter, Harper.
How exciting is that? So has it been interesting to train since both your husband's training you and you're training having a child?
It's been a huge adjustment. Already pushing back to 2021 was huge. But then really just including my daughter, throughout my career, it's been very, to a certain extent, you have to be selfish, right? You have to say, I have to train at this time, I have to eat this time, I have to go to sleep, like nothing else matters. Then all of a sudden it's like, wait, actually something else does matter. Their life depends on it. It's your daughter. The good thing was my husband is all in. There were nights where Tuesdays are my workouts that just take me down. Physically, I'm out of it. So Monday nights, listen, Harper's not mine. If she's up all night, you're the only one that has her. So I feel bad for the two of you. And so we just made the adjustment where there are some nights, there's some times where I'm out of the picture. Like, I'm there, obviously, but if she needs things, I'm like, sweetie, you have to get it because I physically need to rest. Because I feel like I told my husband this, and to explain to other people, my job and rest is so important that some people, if you go to work, you're like, oh, I'm so tired, I drink coffee. And you're like, oh, okay, I gotta pick me up. If I go to tired fatigue, I can pull a muscle and the job ends that day. And so physically, I literally have to take my rest, and that important. So,
I mean, so huge. And I don't even want to talk about age, but it was listed in your bio that as you're going to be trying to compete for these 2021, you will be the oldest athlete attempting to compete in this category.
So I will, in the hurdles, I will definitely be, the oldest. That's okay. I'll say it for you. The oldest. But yes, in other events, like Justin Gatlin, he will be, I think, 39. And he's trying to do the men's 100. So there are some of us that are still in there punching and fighting, but for the hurdles, yeah, I'm gonna be 37, guys. Like, I can't, like, I was 27. You know what I mean? Like, this is weird. Like, I'm like, what do you mean 37? But the thing is I've taken very good care of my body throughout my career, as in, like, literally physical therapy, no injuries. I will still go in to get, the massages for my knees, icing them at night, just taking care of them. So I feel really good. This year we had no injuries and training was ramped up. So things look really good. So I'm excited.
I mean, that is so exciting. And I feel like a lot of people will be cheering for you just in general anyway, but adding that little extra to it, I feel like a lot of people would cheer a little extra harder to prove that you can do anything at any age if you work hard.
Right, and then moms, like, come on, moms, this was the year of the mom. Like, we really are, like, killing it. We're coming out, we're like, you know what, I had a baby. I just have a baby on my hip and we're moving forward. Like, you know what I mean? It's not something to hold us back. And for me, I didn't feel like it held me back. I really thought that I had to make changes where, to a certain extent, I didn't matter anymore when I had my daughter. And really just seeing all these other moms come forward, talking with my own mom, about the experiences and just realizing that's not true. You can juggle, like, mothers juggle so many things. And this is just something else that I have to juggle.
This is a huge thing to have to juggle, but it's very exciting. And earlier in this month, we had Dawn Harper Day in Illinois.
Yes, we had Dawn Harper Day. And obviously this year was different because I really wanted to respect, social distancing. And I didn't even want to put it out there to say, we'll meet in the park and we'll stay, 6 feet apart. I wanted to do something virtually because this year everyone is loving challenges on social media. And so I did a Dawn Harper Day hurdle challenge. And it was hilarious to see the flood of things that came through. People were hurling their dogs, hampers. I mean, like, one friend put down an iPhone and was like, I can't hurdle, so here. And I was just like, so it was awesome. Like, I even went to Target and hurdled over some stuff in Target. So people kind of went crazy about that one. So that was fun.
Okay, that sounds really fun. How can somebody find that if they want to watch you hurdle?
They can go to my social media
Go ahead,
page on Instagram.
hurdle and make the target. I think that's exciting.
Right. On my social media page on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, DHARP100MH. So that's DHARP100MH.
Yeah. And then people can just kind of follow along with you. And you've been trying to really convince people to kind of keep moving even during this weird, crazy time.
Yes, it's so important. I mean, because my husband, he's a high school math teacher, and so many of his students, he's talked to them just about how are you feeling? Like physically, emotionally, what's going on with you? A lot of them are like, I'm just in the house, or I'm just playing my game and I haven't been outside in a while. And so he even, he has them do little challenges like go outside, record yourself walking around your block or record yourself walking to the stop sign and high five, just doing silly things, just to keep them outside. And so something else that me and my husband are trying to do to make sure people are along with on the journey is we started a YouTube page and it's The Real Nelsons. And we're recording my journey for Tokyo 2021 and him coaching me, my daughter involved, in our everyday life. So it's going to be interesting.
Well, we love you and thank you so much for joining on the show. Tell everybody one more time how they can follow along with all that's going on.
Yeah. So you can follow along on all of my social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, DHARP100MH, and then also on YouTube page, the new YouTube page, it is The Real Nelsons. And so that's definitely the deep dive inside my life. So stay tuned. Tune in, rather.
We'll be staying tuned and we've got our fingers crossed for you. Can't wait to see your journey. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
Everybody, after you check out Dawn Harper Nelson and follow along with her journey, you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. You can drop us a line at the Daily Mix at stltv.net. We want to hear from you. That's going to do it for the Daily Mix. We keep it right here on STL TV and Experience St. Louis. See you next time.